Caden Kalber, the first arm out of the bullpen for Walla Walla, the crafty three-quarters arm slot righty, facing Nathan Chung, who's already 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch swing in, popped into shallow right field. In to make the play is Justin Foles. Kalber goes one pitch, gets the one out to get out of the inning. One run comes across after the error by Jack Sheward behind the plate on his throwback to the pitcher that scored Carson Crawford from third. And the Lefties trail 2-5 as we enter the 7th inning. Walla Walla will lead it off at the top of the order with Myra. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Caden Kalber, who had a one-pitch end to his inning after coming into relief after Calvin Kirchhoff went 5 2/3 in 93 pitches, allowed 2 runs, 1 earned, had 11 strikeouts. First pitch to Coleman Schmidt is grounded over to Parker Price. Fields it and throws on time and on target to get Coleman Schmidt for out number 1. And another one-pitch, one-out batter for Caden Kalber. Coleman Schmidt now 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts as that brings up Ethan Floodstrom, or rather Bryce Matthews, who will hit for Floodstrom, and he will take over at first base.
Matthews DH'd yesterday, now in first for Floodstrom. Floodstrom's night ends over.
Matthews started in the lineup yesterday at DH, had a sac fly that brought in Garrett Lake. After that, went 0 for 3 with a ground out, a line out, and a strikeout.
Matthews bats from the left side. Kalber working slightly toward the third base side of the rubber.
Kalber misses with ball 1.
Sinking fastball low, 1-0.
1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Walla Walla leads 5-3. Port Angeles Lefties at the plate only have 8 outs remaining to make something happen. Kalber set, and his 1-0 is in the zone, 1-1.
Gibbons have yet to score a run in that series. They were shut out 5-0 last night against the Black Bears. Black Bears, the top team in the West Coast League ERA-wise, showcasing good pitching once more against a talented Pippins lineup.
1-1, just missing below the zone. 2-1 the count on Bryce Matthews, who is a fastball eater. Anything that is off speed or breaking ball typically gives Bryce a little bit of a challenge, but you put a fastball over the zone and you're going to be in some trouble. 2-1 from Caden Kalber. He comes home. This one right over the plate and right into center field, falls directly in front of Nico Corey. And Bryce Matthews with a 1-out single in the bottom of the 7th.
Base hit for Bryce Matthews, and the third hit of the night for the Lefties.
Number 10, Zach Thomas.
Matthews comes off the bench and delivers his 4th hit of the season. That brings up Zach Thomas. Matthews, the sacrifice fly yesterday.
Zach Thomas, the DH, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Now Zach Thomas looks for his first hit, 0 for 2.
There are now 5 lefties in the order currently who have 2 strikeouts to their name, or I guess Garrett Lake has since been subbed out for Luke Saunders and he's no longer in the lineup, but 5 lefties have done that. And strike 1 is delivered by Kalber to Zach Thomas.
Going on in the West Coast League tonight, bottom of the 6th. Van Delk's 3, Bellingham Bell's 1.
Quick check on Bryce Matthews. He's back safely.
Again, every game so crucial here in the second half toward those standings. Walla Walla Swedes right in the middle of the postseason race. As is every team.
Kalber has an 0-1 still against Zach Thomas, who has an open stance. As another check over at Matthews, and he got him on the pickoff. Matthews got a little greedy, thinking his 6'4" frame could get him back to first rather easily, but Kalber, a quick move and caught him off guard. And that's one way to eat back at a single that you give up. Just pick him off at first base. So now 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Zach Thomas still down 0-1.
Kelber still working out of the stretch as he always does. Fires 0-1.
Swing and a miss by Zach Thomas to go to 0-1.
Breaking ball there from the 6'7" right-hander from Pasco, Washington. It's 0-2.
Zach Thomas down 0-2 in the count to Caden Kelber with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. A 5-2 lead for the Walla Walla Sweets.
Come set. And now, as soon as Thomas steps into the right-handed batter,
And a ball thrown before Zach Thomas was ready.
perhaps some mind games here between the two. 1-2.
And popped up into the infield. Under it is Chris Conniff.
Words for one another here.
And those two talking to each other a little bit on their way to their respective dugouts. Kelber chirping. Zach Thomas giving it right back to him. And Zach Ediger quickly out to the mound. Matt Acker is having words with the home plate umpire.
Zach Thomas
On Nick Oakley leads off the bottom of the 8th for the Lefties as they're down to their last 6 outs as they trail 2-5 in Game 2 against the Walla Walla Sweets. Caden Kelber back out on the mound for the Sweets. Fake bunt to start it off for Oakley. Ball 1.
1-0. Oakley walked and later scored one of the 2 runs in the ballgame thus far.
1-0 count to the muscle hamster Nick Oakley.
Of the 3rd inning.
Kelber. This one hit into right field with some topspin. That'll drop in. A leadoff single by Nick Oakley. A little arm wave on his way down the first baseline. Gets the crowd and the dugout up and going. Brings up Carson Crawford.
Up to bat from Cal Berkeley, third baseman, number 33.
Carson Crawford, who's had a solid night at the plate thus far. He's a perfect 2 for 2.
Carson Crawford, who's 2 for 2 with a single and a double today. The only one who was really able to get to Calvin Kirchhoff. Now that Caden Kelber is in the game, a new arm that he faces. Nick Oakley with the leadoff single leads off of first. Lefties trail 2-5 in the bottom of the 8th, no outs. Another pickoff attempt by Kelber. He was able to pick off Bryce Matthews last inning. Oakley back safely.
Picked off one runner in Bryce Matthews after he singled in the bottom of the 7th.
Kelber set.
Very good against righties so far this year.
And his 0-0 is a slider that falls in. Starts it right at the quarter or the shoulder of Carson Crawford and just lets it peel right in there. Nice little baby draw if you're playing golf. 0-1 start on Carson Crawford.
Got 1 out last night in relief.
1 check at Oakley, now 2 looks. Now comes home, back to the slider, fouled off by Crawford, who's starting to find his groove at the plate.
Bottom of the 8th, 5-2. Sweets lead the Lefties in Game 2 of this 3-game series.
Walla Walla leads 5-2. They took the first game 11-3. They won 2 of 3 games in the first series that these two teams faced earlier in June. This is the first series of West Coast League play in the second half of the season for the Lefties. And stepping off is Kelber, makes sure Oakley is back to first. 0-2 count remains for Carson Crawford as you hear Bach calls from the stands here at Civic Field. 0-2 for Kelber, 2 looks, now comes home to the slider, fouled off the end of the bat, staying alive is Crawford.
Count stays put. Gilbert adding to his strikeout total last night, struck out the only batter he faced. 2-0, 3.11 earned run average. 2 saves in 26 1/3 innings of work.
0-2 for Caden Kelber.
0-2 is the count.
Another 2 looks. Now comes home. Another slider. Got him swinging. And Carson Crawford is finally retired in the game as that turns the lineup over. 4th time through as Javi Espinoza steps up to the plate with 1 out, 1 runner on in the bottom of the 8th as the Port Angeles Lefties continue to trail by 3.
And that's the 12th strikeout for the Walla Walla Sweets pitching staff. First for Kelber. On on the year. He now has 38. Javi Espinosa, the leadoff hitter, digs in.
Oakley leads off of first.
7 RBI, though, in a
Kalber
second
facing
fresh
another
spot.
lefty in Javi.
Peyton holds Oakley at first.
A long hold, now comes home with a fastball. This one dribbled over to the second baseman. Conniff will just go to first. Gets Javi Espinosa. Oakley advanced into scoring position on the play.
Espinosa down on the first pitch. That brings up Luke Saunders.
Up to bat now for the
Brings
lefty,
up
number
Luke
29.
Saunders, who grounded back to the pitcher in his first at-bat in the sixth.
Back to the pitcher against Calvin Kirchhoff.
Came in to play center field to spell Garrett Lake back in the fourth inning. Didn't get his first at-bat until the sixth, and here he is in the eighth with the runner in scoring position, and Nick Oakley trailing by 3. Squares around to bunt, but just a feint, and he takes a slider on the backside, strike 1.
7 hits, 1 error for Walla Walla. 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for the lefties.
Oh, 1 to Saunders, and that one paints the top of the zone, 0-2.
The catcher Quinn Ayers, it's 0-2. Saunders replacing center fielder Garrett Lake after Lake's second at-bat back in the third inning.
Caden Kalber has the 0-2 advantage on Luke Saunders with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Nick Oakley still leads off of second. Kalber a long hold. Now comes home. The 0-2 slider in the dirt. Blocked by Quentin Ayers. And ball 1, 1-2 the count on Saunders.
Saunders 8 for 38 on the year, the plate batting .210. 2 RBIs to his credit.
One and two for Kalber.
Runner at second.
Holds. Finally deals and misses way outside, straight to the backstop. Bounce back at Ayers, but Oakley advances to third on the wild pitch.
In front of home plate on the infield grass, Oakley moves to third.
2-2 the count goes on Luke Saunders with a run 90 feet away and Nick
90
Oakley.
feet away from home and 2 outs.
It's called a paddle on base post.
2-2. Choose across the board, 2 outs. Lefties trailing by 3. The tying run in the on-deck circle.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to the 2-hitter Luke Saunders. Nick Oakley leads off of third base. Caden Kalber on the mound in his second full inning of work. Comes home with a slider, misses outside, full.
Nick Oakley reaching base on that leadoff single. Strikeout to Crawford, a ground out by Espinosa so far here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
3-2 count for Luke Saunders. Kalber gets his sign. One look at Oakley. Now comes home to the slider. This one pushed into left field and deep. And backtracking is Wetero. Got an awkward read, but found the route and got the out. As that ends the inning. Leadoff single by Nick Oakley, not able to come around and score. The lefties continue to trail 2-5 as we head to the 9th.